All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about another one of MagicShine's brand new lights. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So today, we're talking about MagicShine's brand new Hori 1300S. So some of you guys might hear the name Hori and go, wait, you did a review on a light before. I did a review on the Hori 900 before, the 900 lumen version. This time they sent me the 1300S. So that is a 1300 lumen light right here. Pretty neat design to it. We'll talk about what the S means in just a minute here, because there is the Hori 900, there's a Hori 1300, and there's the 1300S. So we'll talk about what the S means in just a minute here. So you still get a really nice form factor here. Still going to be made to pretty much mount wherever you want to mount it to. So this one comes with a mount that you can put on the top. It comes with a little cover for the bottom here, and pretty much lets you mount this wherever you want to mount this on your out front mount. And honestly, inside this box, it comes with everything you need. It comes with everything you need to get this light set up. Let's just take a look what's in the box here. So of course, you get the light itself. You get that guy nice and set up there. You get the nice MagicShine out front mount right here. Actually, what I have on my gravel bike right here on the Poseidon X is the MagicShine out front mount. So it comes with the mount. Pretty sick there. Spacers, of course, for different size handlebars. Comes with the different computer mounts inside of here. That way, if you need to use a different computer or whatever, you got different mounts inside of here. You have a 2-finger adapter right here to pretty much mount it underneath your computer mount right there. So it comes with that guy. Comes with the USB-C rechargeable cord, and then it comes with the remote as well. Again, comes with everything you need to set this light up and run this light on your bike. Don't need anything else other than what comes in this box. All right, so the Hori 1300. So let's talk about the Hori 1300. So 1300 lumens obviously is what you get. So USB-C rechargeable. Has a mount on the top. It's going to be the male end of a Garmin mount. So pretty much what you would use to snap into pretty much your computer. So just like so, it snap right in. So this guy, power button right on the side. You push the power button, it'll tell you your battery life. Green is good, red is bad. Pretty simple, right? Go ahead, push and hold, turn that guy on. You can see it has that same cutoff. You remember the Hori 900. One thing I was talking about was really the cutoff and the beam pattern on that light. The beam pattern on these is unlike anything I've seen before. Because it's kind of more rectangular, it gives kind of a rectangle beam pattern aimed kind of directly down. It has a pretty steep cutoff line where the light is. Pretty much with your normal beam, you're pretty much turning on this right side here. So you can see there's two lenses here. Essentially what you're getting is a spotlight and a floodlight. So what your main beam is going to be your floodlight, also known as, I believe they call it your low beam. So your low beam right there, going to be kind of what's aimed directly down the most. So of course we got different modes for that one to turn it up in brightness. And then if we double click, that's going to turn on pretty much our spotlight or our high beam on this guy here. And that's going to pretty much kick everything into max gear. At that point, give you the most visibility you can get. So that's kind of one of the big things with this. So it has those two different lenses in here, which is kind of a different thing that you're starting to see a little bit more, is these two different lenses giving you two different light patterns coming out of the light. So syncing the remote and the light are super simple. You pretty much put the remote into pairing mode by pushing and holding both the buttons on here. Put it close to the light that's on and it will sync automatically. Pretty nice how it does that. With this light, it also does have MagicShine's FTR technology in there, which pretty much has to go with their lights, meaning you can sync everything together. You can sync your remote, your light, and a tail light all together, turn them all on and off all together. Kind of nice how it does that. Use smart technology, allows you to just kind of do everything all from one single remote without having to turn everything off and on your bike and make sure everything's kind of synced up. The remote will do it all by itself. Really nice technology to have. If you have headlight and tail lights, great thing to use. So nice and easy. It makes it so simple to turn everything on and off without having to worry about forgetting to turn something on or forgetting to turn something off. With that being the case, it's also with the S. This is where that S part comes in. This is the smart light. So with the smart light, you of course get the FTR. You also get the intelligent wake mode. So pretty much what will happen is you haven't touched your bike in a few minutes and the light is on, it will turn the light off by itself. Once it detects movement and motion on your bike, it will turn the light back on all by itself. So you don't have to worry about that. You stop for a coffee stop, you stop to talk to some buddies on the side of the trail, whatever. This guy turns itself off. Don't have to worry about it. You just hop back on, start riding, this guy kicks right back on. Really nice that it has those kind of features. That's the way a lot of things are going. Save battery life, save yourself, make sure you have lights when you need them while you're on a bike ride. You're not just trying to run this thing. You're not just trying to ride in the dark. Make sure you have the light needed to keep on going. All right, so I think it's time. Let's go ahead. So this guy, like I said, you can move the mounting plate from the top to the bottom wherever it fits your specific needs the best. In the case of this, we're going to mount this guy on the bottom here. And you can see it just clips right onto there, right onto the bottom. And then from there, we can kind of angle it from there, tighten down that screw, and you're set to go. And again, it's super easy just to twist and remove when you need to. So let's go ahead. I think it's time we see how bright this thing actually is. So let's shut some lights off, turn the bike around, see what we can see as we go through the different modes on this light. All right, let's go ahead and kick this guy on with our remote here. All right, so this is our low setting here. So this gives us 200 lumens. This lasts about 6 hours. Kick that guy up to our medium. Medium will get us 400 lumens for 3.5. And then onto our high low beam, gets us down to 900 lumens for 2.5 hours. Now, if we go ahead and kick this high beam on, right there, that's going to give us our full 1300 lumens for 2 hours. Going to give us that full capacity there. All right, now the other thing you get is your flashing mode. So flashing modes are only accessible through the remote. You can't do them through just light, so you need the remote to do these. So you have your daytime flash, which is this guy right here, pretty much turning on that spotlight, that high beam. So you're getting 0 to 800 back to 0. That'll last 9.5 hours. Go ahead and click that square button twice. That should turn us into our night flash. There we go. That guy goes 200,000, 200. That'll last 4.5 hours. So to get into these flashing modes, you essentially need to double click the square button on the remote twice. To get out of them, you just push any button once and it will just set you back there. You push that square button twice and it turns us right into there. And then same thing to go to our daytime flash. Same deal. Very bright. Now, one of the things I mentioned with the last light was the beam pattern on this guy. So it's probably one of the more interesting beam patterns I have seen on lights before. So you can see it kind of has its cutoff below the door handle here. So it really is aimed down at the ground, and you can tell it's more of a squared off beam pattern versus like a circular beam pattern like you see a lot, or a very spread out beam pattern. And if we go ahead, so you can see right now with just our low beam, it's just pretty much cutting off right about here. It's kind of where our brightness is cutting off. We kick on that high beam, you can tell it kind of shines directly ahead, getting you as far distance as you can. Kind of like a car's headlights, honestly. Your low beams, kind of for what's directly in front of you. Then you kick that high beam, gets you farther down the road so you can see what's going on as bright as you can get. So, you kind of have both those features to it. Again, the beam patterns on the Hori lights is just different, and it works really well. It's very different beam pattern, but honestly, it's kind of one of my favorite beam patterns. Just the way that it is. Kind of the basic thing there. Just the way it shines where it needs to shine, and get you the extra distance when you need the extra distance. So as you can tell, the Hori series, especially the Hori 1300, really puts out a good amount of light to keep you visible and let you see very well while you're at night. It's kind of over that 1,000 lumen mark where, yeah, over 1,000 lumens, it's going to be a good light to use in the dark to be able to see with. This one does a good job of both, being able to see with and be able to see very well at that 1,300 lumens. So the housing on this is going to be aluminum, so that does mean it can get a little bit warm with the heat. Pretty much it works with a big heat sink here. With that being the case, of course, you're going to be good for like drop resistance, heat resistance, cold resistance, storm resistance, snow. You can run this pretty much whatever you want. Not really going to have an issue with the plastic casing or anything like that. That aluminum is going to do a good job of keeping this light nice and cool and continuing to work. Now, price on this, guys. So for the setup that we have here, you are looking at $84.99, which, I mean, in the scheme of things, that's about what you would pay for a good quality 1,300 lumen light. It's going to be right about that $84 to $100 mark. Kind of what you're looking at to pay for that. This guy has a really nice form factor, really small. This guy mounts either to your current out front computer mount, or they include their own, all included in here. So you get the light plus an out front mount all together, and their remote all in one package for that $84.99. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. I mean, you're looking probably, honestly, let's think about things. Out front mount, probably looking to pay $20 for the out front mount. Remote, another $20. So realistically, you're paying $44 for the light itself with the additional features you get, with the additional stuff you get in the package. that's a pretty, if you look at it that way, you're getting a really good deal on this guy versus having to buy everything separately if you have nothing. Even if all you're going to need out of this package is the light, $84.99 is not a horrible price at all. So you got a great light to go for here. Comes in the black or it comes in the white. You got the black, of course. I think it looks a little sleeker in the black, but to me, guys, with the white bike, might look a little cleaner. So if you guys are interested in checking out the Hori 1300S or any other MagicShine light they have, there's going to be a link in the description down below. Check them out, give them some love. MagicShine makes some great lights out there that I think are underrated. Most people just hear MagicShine and go, I don't know about MagicShine. MagicShine makes some great lights for a great price that you can't, it's hard to disagree with that. Once you've tested them or ridden with them, they are a great light to ride with and something that I continue to ride on my bikes almost every day. If you guys enjoyed the video or maybe learned something today about a cool new light, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.